Welcome back into Nations Cup. We are here in the Tiebreaker qualifier, group stage, whatever you want to call it. If you're wondering why we are doing another little bit of a round robin, unfortunately the Russian players are unable to either join the next phase or play in the LAN event down the road, so they have bowed out of their position. So now, for Nations Cup, we got to figure out who will be that 8th team. So we have a strong showing yesterday. We've got 3 more games today. And a strong showing from Denmark yesterday. We're going to be seeing Austria versus Czechia starting out here. This is going to be the Meta Madness drafting rules. There are no initial bans onto heroes. The bans you see at the top of your screen only pertain to the map that will be played. So, for example, Kerrigan, let's say we go to Infernal Shrines for map number 2. Kerrigan could be played on that map if she's not banned out. Now, heroes that are picked, the 10 heroes that will be picked on the left and right side in total will be the ones that are banned away in the series. So if we go to a map number 3, there will be 20 heroes in total that are banned out at the start of that draft. Of course, you still have your 6 bans at the top of the screen in total as well. Either way, we got a Hogger, Joanna banned away from the side of Austria, and Czechia will be going ahead and getting rid of the Kerrigan, and what else? Bad Batch is an 8 or 80. Either way, oh, pfft. 8 out of 10, 80 out of 100. Sorry, I was just like, what? Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I've heard good things about it. I've heard a lot of good things about the most recent, like, Star Wars content. Heard a lot of good things. The new season of Mandalorian was fantastic. That was really fun. I liked it. Vala first pick on the left-hand side. We got a Sylvanas for the members of Czechia. We'll see if this is going to be, like, a hard siege composition from the side of Czechia. My apologies. Going into the lockdown into structures with Sylvanas, Brightwing to be able to polymorph anyone trying to advance or even control the siege in the lane. Now with Vala, kind of sustain auto attack damage. Want to look for maybe some sort of dive here. Diablo's up and available. Oh wow, okay, we're gonna go Blaze Dahaka. So probably main tank Blaze Dahaka for the quick rotations around the map because of the enhanced agility, which is the assumed level 1 pick. Sorry, I forgot to check my audio levels right before we jumped into all this, but it looks like they are all good. Getting into another ban phase, they will need a healer on the side of Austria, so maybe just see a healer ban. Get rid of something like a Rhaegar, potentially. Rhaegar actually can get a healing debuff as well. Ooh, I say Stukov. No lurking arms. No lurking arms zoning potential from Stukov? Okay. I was wondering if you go Rhaegar, Ancestor Healing is strong. You can go Purification for the healing reduction as well, so that you can maybe mitigate some of the phase shift potential from Brightwing. But things like Deckard Cain and Anna are up and available if anyone from Austria wants to play those, if you want to lean into the healing denial into Brightwing's phase shift with Emerald or Biotic Grenade. 2 more picks, though, from the side of Czechia. Still need a main tank. Something that sieges as well. A new oh, sorry, excuse me. A new was banned away just now. Imperius and Murden. Why does it look like Imperius is, like, judging Murden's height in that? The way Imperius is, like, looking down to the side. Last 2 picks, though, from the side of Austria. We got a Vala, we got a Blaze. What will they round things out with? Gonna need some sort of healer, and then maybe a mage. Get themselves, ooh, actually, like a Falstad wouldn't be awful. Get themselves double global. You got gust potential, hammering burst ability, double support. Oh, we're having some fun this morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna get an Illidan. An Illidan. That is, it's not like they got cornered into that pick by any means. It's the first map. There's no initial bans onto heroes besides the ones at the top of the screen. So I like the Illidan. This is gonna be fun. Last pick from the side of Czechia. Are they going to be leaning into some fun heroes as well, or are they going to draft fairly standard? We'll see what this last one is. Ragnaros. Okay, I like it. This is some fun drafting from both the sides. Nice. This is actually a really, really fun draft from both teams. Illidan, Ragnaros, heroes that are good, but just they don't get as much priority. I am a little concerned about the Uther solo heal. We'll see about that one right there. But of course, everyone's favorite time of the day. It's time to gamble. Alright, which team is going to win Garden of Terror? You've got 2 minutes. You know the dealio.
Hey, listen!
Gamble has begun. Get your predictions in. Illidonger into Brightwing. Good morning, Ninja. Illidonger into Brightwing. It's ballsy. On the left-hand side, we have Austria. I don't know why that was so funny to me. We have Mustika on the Illidan. I apologize for destroying your name every time. Ermin will play the Dahaka. Chris on the Vala. Grasor on the Uther. And Frobs on that Blaze. To the right side of our map, we've got Czechia. We've got Jason's son on the Ragnaros. I feel like I've casted them before. Kuba playing the Imperious. Shady, I think, on the Brightwing. Mouse on the Sylvanas. Fleesh on the Muradin. All right, there's your level 1s if it matters for your gamble. Bottom lane Sylvanas. Bottom lane Sylvanas. Let's get the vision of our blue team. See what they're seeing on the map right now. Alright, Sylvanas shows really quickly. Muradin in the bush. Stormbolt to the face of Illidan and Thunderclap as well to slow down the Vala. A big jet propulsion from Blaze. Mouse avoids it, but that will be Brightwing. First blood over to the side of Austria. It's a double kill. Oh, we got a little bit of a pause. Alright, we'll find out what's going on with this. This draft is an odd one. Yes, it is. What's up, Ninja? Good morning. We do have a delay on stream, by the way. Double kill early on for the side of Austria. As we get an immediate pause. Not sure what the issue is. I cannot talk to players because I am just an observer, so we're just hanging out. We are just hanging out, everybody. Alright. Readies are coming back in. Let's see if, ready, Joker. Oh, okay. No count in. Just gonna push the button. Well, as I said, double kill over the side of Austria. We will have a small pause, but we're back into the game. No big deal on that. Jason's son in the top lane on Ragnaros will be doing their best to soak up, building up their self-first hungers. Vala already 19 stacks on Creed the Hunter, and we will be having the Uther with his Wave of Light level 1. Illidan starting camps already. And this is the main priority on Garden of Terror. Just camp priority early on. Making sure you're putting pressure into waves consistently, getting the extra experience from said camps, and making sure you also soak up these waves. Muradin not going to be pushing too far into the mid, just soaking up what's available in the lane. Same thing with the Imperious and bottom. Actually, I just noticed, Dahaka did not go Enhanced Agility at level 1. He's going to be going into that Symbiote. No, Enduring Swarm. Symbiotes later. What's up, Mage? How you doing, bud? Good to see you. There's an episode of Rebels that I believe is the best lightsaber fight in the franchise. Yippee! That was killing me last night. That was absolutely killing me last night when I was watching Phantom Menace. Just the Anakin yippee, I had completely forgotten about it. That's another kill for the side of Austria. 3 kills in quick succession early on in this game. Mid lane, Camp is pushing onto the fort here. Austria going to make quick work of that gate. As we look back into top lane, this is going to be a bit of a scuffle here. A lot of damage into the Dahaka, but Illidan will jump onto Sylvanas. Mouse trying to back away. Uther will be able to chase in with Illidan, and that's another kill to Austria. This is where Jason's son is playing at. Indeed it is. Welcome in. Indeed. Ragnaros grabs the camp for the bottom lane. And oh no, he's just checking with the shifting meteor. Siege Giants being pushed up by Dahaka and top. So far, Austria with a commanding lead in map number 1 in our first best of 3 of the day. Austria with also 1 of 3 seeds. Peeking back into top lane. It's just going to be wave clear. I thought they were going to try and dive onto the Dahaka, but that's not going to be the case whatsoever. Another fight maybe in mid. Muradin gets the Dwarf Toss out. He's going to get poked at by a Hungering Arrow here and there, but no kill. Vala nearing her first stack on her Creed of the Hunter, by the way. Ragnaros almost done with the Sulfurous Hungers and Catching Fire at level 4 is on 3 out of, I believe, 15 stacks on that one. I gotta say, Austria is just kind of sharking around the map on this lower end. Just look at just invading left and right. Just playing aggressive. I mean, they have the early game momentum, solid level lead, talent tier advantage. Camp will be worked on by Dahaka, while Vala just gets free stacks onto this Muradin. Gonna vault away. Death Dealer, good damage to propulsion. The phase shift from Brightwing not on time, and that will be Sylvanas going down. Muradin able to Dwarf Toss out as the Siege Giants are stolen away for the bottom lane. Illidan was trying to steal something away from this Imperius, I do think. They both get the mount, and they're out of there. Bottom lane, Dahaka gonna check really quickly. Does he have Brushstock available? 25 seconds on that one. Vala, I think she should be able to get out of this just fine. Brightwing comes in with a phase shift. Polymorph turns Eld Chris into a squirrel. Kuba low. There's a soothing mist from Brightwing, but the sustained damage of Vala and the Dahaka is going to be enough. No trigger onto the Haunting Wave forward. Illidan, of course, doing Illidan things in top. He's got a wave to tank shots, so he's just going to do his best to just siege right on through this fort front gate. While we're looking at the 10 talent tier, while the 10 talent tier is coming through, let's go ahead and cycle through our other numbers. Tower shots onto Frobs here in the mid lane, but no kill onto the Blaze. Still, 0 kills on the side of Czechia. Dahaka should have his Brushstock just about up and available. Makes quick work of the bottom lane wave. Haunting Wave forward from Sylvanas. Once again, not going to activate it just to clear out the wave. Imperius in top lane, he's fine right now. He's got a gate that he can easily get behind. Blaze hanging around, though. And it doesn't look like Blaze is going to help out the Illidan. Illidan does get a lot of work done also in this top lane. When we're looking at level 10s, we've got the Hunt from Illidan, Divine Shield Uther, Adaptation for the Dahaka, no isolation. We'll see Rain of Vengeance from the Vala, and Bunker from the Blaze. On the opposing side for Czechia, still got a solid 3/4 of a level to go before they're able to pick up their heroics, and we'll see some passive play, I assume, from them. Maybe safely grab this camp on the top right. Illidan to do the same on the left-hand side of the map, and in a bit of a pause here, as we get our 3rd seed up and available. Czechia needs level 10 to fight and deny this seed, but is there enough time? 20 seconds to get a 1/3 of a level or so? Waves are moderately pushed, so maybe they could do this. They could just poke for this wave. Alright. Jason's Sun and bottom lane doing their best just to clear things out with shifting meteors. Illidan coming down as well. That 10 talent here just now here. Muradin gets his piercing bolt for the Stormbolt, as well as the cooldown reduction from auto attacks. Blink heal from the Brightwing. Wailing Arrow from Sylvanas. We have a Divine Shield pop by the Uther in mid, and he's going to be able to back away. Nothing was out, no Wailing Arrow was used. Lava Wave for Ragnaros. Blink heal from Brightwing, as I mentioned. Haymaker Muradin, let's go! Lava Wave into top to push things back. We've got Illidan trying to dive onto the sidewall to get out, and he will be able to do so. Imperius with a double Celestial Charge. Rain of Vengeance from the Vala. Bunker down from the Blaze, as the adaptation from Dahaka is going to be utilized, giving him a full bar of HP. Ragnaros gets into the Molten Core and gets a huge swing through the enemy, as we have wave after wave pushing into the Czechia forts. The fort keeps. Forts and keeps. Illidan goes back in with, like, no HP. He's got 45 HP and he's still alive. They get the kill onto Ragnaros. That Hungering Arrow should get enough bounces. Nah, the Blink heal from Brightwing is actually enough. But Vala gets the auto. That's a drag from Dahaka. Illidan with the channel onto the objective. And these Garden Terrors are going to get some massive value. Ragnaros up in 5 seconds. Kiss, what's up, bud? Thanks for swinging through. Hope you have a good day. Man, oh man, how much damage has Vala done? 20,000 heroic damage by comparison on the opposing side. Sylvanas with 11.4. Good sustained damage from the Vala, getting kill after kill with the team. 9-0 and kills favoring the side of Austria. Czechia, maybe. Was that a Haymaker Muradin? Yes, it was. It pushed the Uther away. Ragnaros dropping some shifting meters. We got Blink heals from the Brightwing to get her into a better position. Illidan does finish out his, I think that's the Battered Assault level of 7. And he will keep chasing in. Polymorph from the Brightwing. Cleanse from Uther. Big wailing arrow connects into the side of Austria, and Czechia still loses. Oh, the Garden Terror smash. Okay, the Czechia still loses their Imperious. The core shielding is starting to fall to the Garden Terror. We have an Illidan with like 10% HP on the core, maybe even less than that. Bunker available from the Blaze. Garden Terror in the top lane is going to be pushing onto the keep, but this core is already dropping to 50-something%. Rain of Vengeance from the Vala. This is going to be another kill. Okay, they finally get their kill. Illidan finally goes down. Unfortunately, Sylvanas and Murden will also fall. 41% left on the core. Can the members of Austria end it here? Doesn't seem like it's possible with the health pools. Vala just getting free auto attacks while everyone chases low health bars on the left-hand side of the fight. And now Vala, I don't know, she's got to have some insane stacking after this engagement here. 179 stacks. She vaults forward, looking for the Brightwing. No minion wave available, but there is a Murden. And they're back on core, it looks like. They're back on core. Mouse taking a ton of damage. Phase shift from Brightwing as she did get into Hall of Storms to heal back up. Ragnaros up in 1, Imperious up in 10. That's a good Stormbolt to connect on to the Vala. Jet Propulsion from Blaze. Polymorph. He is a crab. Drag from Dahaka connects on to the Muradin. We got 16 talents here, so that's Manticore. Hunt from the Illidan onto the Brightwing. Stormbolt will connect Haymaker to push him back. This has been the longest core attempt in quite some time. Vala's 208 stacks. She's picked up like 30 stacks within the last, I don't know, minute and a half. Oh my god. I think Vala got maybe half of her stacks in the last 2 minutes just chilling in this bottom. That was absolutely wild. Well, they get 59% off the core. I wanted to say 69%. Unfortunately, that's not correct. They get 59% off the core, and we will have another seed spawning. The game is still afoot. 14-3 in kills. Still a talent tier disadvantage to the side of Czechia. Looks like Austria's cozy. Yeah, I'd agree. This feels like bullying. I think Austria tried to end. I don't think they're playing with their food. I definitely don't feel like they're playing with their food here. It's not like Nazebo's, you know, AFK hitting a keep right now while the rest of the team's doing other stuff. Excited for the land. You'll be there, right? I would love to be there. I would love to. We shall see. I reapplied for my passport a while ago. The check went through. That means they're processing my stuff. So if I have an invitation and I have a passport, I will be there. Never done a LAN event. Would love to do one day. Maybe it'll be my first. I could also then go see a lot of family that's in Germany. Well, family, I'm doing air quotes. That's like my dad's friends from, you know, back in high school, back in Cluj and stuff, so. Marius is in Germany, or Berlin, I completely forgot about that. There's, I forget her name, but there's like a physicist that they were friends with back in high school or college. She lives in Heidelberg. There's Nikki, who lives in Stuttgart. He's a bronze sculptor. So, there's a lot of like family and extended friends and stuff like that in throughout Germany, so would love to go. Brightwing will go down. That's going to be Blaze to be traded. Illidan going crazy into the right side of our screen as we do have Murden trying to pressure onto the Vala, but she should be able to get the kill here. Yeah, oh, Celestial Charge might be enough. Murden with the Dwarf Toss vaults, and that is a solid team kill. Illidan pushes up the bottom wave, and it looks like this is going to be end. Uther already running Dahaka as well. Vala taps well to make sure she doesn't go down to any random damage with her like 300 HP, but yeah. You live near Stuttgart, Heidelberg? Oh, what's up, Dino? I love Heidelberg. I got to go back in like 2007, I think it was, and I just fell in love. Like I've had the luck to be able to go across many countries in Europe with my parents, And just, like, Heidelberg, that little city. We're from Cluj. Like, I love Romania. I love Cluj. Like, it's a great town. Heidelberg, I don't know why. That's where I want to go back to. Ticket and hotel voucher, please. By the way, really nice siege damage from Blaze. Very nice siege damage. Yeah, like I was looking at it. A train from Berlin to like Heidelberg or anything like that's not that expensive round trip. Not too expensive. Your airport driver was Romanian yesterday? Were they really? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and Murloc mains. We're here on Inferno Shrines, map number 2 in our first best of 3 of the day. We've got Austria on the left, Czechia on the right. We've already seen a few heroes picked and played, like Uther, Dahaka, Blaze, Vala. Those are all unplayable. So all the heroes that were played in the previous map are not pickable on this map, though the bans, as I mentioned at the top of the screen from the previous game, like Kerrigan, are available for Infernal Shrines. We could get another Kerrigan ban. We'll have to see what happens here. Already 1-0. Yeah, we've been live for about 40 minutes. We've been live. You know, it's been half an hour since the start, so 1-0 makes sense. One game. Unless you are UK-ish. We already had Mum's birthday. Oh, okay. Illidan got 20 kills versus 4 on Garden. Alrighty, we got bans here. I don't know the players too super deep, so I can't really talk about like targeted bans or anything like that for any players. I do know Mouse plays a really good Lost Vikings. We did see that yesterday, I believe, from Mouse. So possibility to whip out these Vikings on Infernal Shrines. I mean, why not just throw a wrench into the cogs and everything? 0-1 would make more sense. Well, but the teams are on these sides, so it'd be 1-0. Alright, might have Kerrigan to be banned away. Hugger and Joanna. I believe that was actually the 2 bans on the previous game. Excuse me. Joanna strong on a map like this. Double soak rotations, condemn around the shrines as well. Team fighting potential with Blessed Shield setup or even Falling Sword cleansing, which is actually kind of funny. We saw such a priority into Falling Sword, and then it quite literally fell away and it just became only Blessed Shield. Like, I feel like I see 0 Falling Sword Joanna plays nowadays. It's just like, oh, nope, we're going back to the hard initiation of Blessed Shield, which I don't hate by any means, but there was just one point where it's like, you don't take Falling Sword, you're a bad Joanna. It's like, but I want to press R and delete people. You're a little no worries, no worries. I don't mind people cheering on their countries or their teams. I love it. It's one of my favorite things when people come through and do that. Junkrat Diablo for Infernal Shrines. That is quite annoying to deal with. Displacement into displacement. Hanzo on the opposing side. Scatters are very, very strong. Explosive arrows, getting good shrine clear, wave clear. As well as the piercing arrow at level 16 for the double explosion. What do you want to pair in with the Hanzo, though? Do they want to look for an early solo lane? Do they just want to grab... Okay, they're going to grab Anduin for the Yoink, and they're going to grab Sonya. Strong in the solo lane, strong on the shrines. They could Cho'Gall. This is actually a decent Cho'Gall setup, I'm not going to lie. Unless you're me cheering for anyone who plays versus UK, that's true. That is very true. That is... That caught me so off guard. It's gonna be Cho'Gall. It's a Cho'Gall setup. Why would you take your Sonya here? You don't know what the opposing side's solo lane is. Usually you leave your solo lane for a little bit later in this sort of situation so you can get a potential gauge of what their solo lane will be. This is Cho'Gall. No, it's not gonna be. They didn't ban Tychus. They didn't ban Tychus. They're not gonna Cho'Gall. I just want one. Germany is the only team that I am currently rooting for because they're the only team to Cho'Gall it in the group stage. The only team to have the moxie to Cho'Gall one of their games. Also, Germany is a lot of my favorite players as well, so... Like, Germany and Sweden are the two teams I'm rooting for right now. At least on the European side of things. For NA, I don't know. I guess I should have NA bias or whatever. Alright, do it. Don't be cowards. It's the only way you're going to win this map. Just Cho'Gall them. They'll never see it coming. It's perfect. It's there. I could do proper draft analysis, or I could just sit here screaming and wanting things. It's a very bad-looking Cho'Gall. We got a Thrall and ETC. I'm not a big fan of ETCs. I'm just I feel like there's a lot of other tanks that I'd rather see picked up than ETC. Alright. 30k for NA. Yeah, probably 30k for NA, to be honest. Let's go ahead and get into our cast. Alrighty, there you go. You can see all of the heroes that were picked and who's going to be on them as we load on into map number 2 in our first best 3 of the day. We have got Austria on the left and Czechia on the right. The gambles have begun. I thought the same until I played Diablo into ETC, and ETC press W literally every time I charge. Every charge I did. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that is a good point. I was like, oh, ETC does have that displacement for the dive and stuff, but we'll see. We will see. I would like to be proven wrong and go into a map number 3, but on the left-hand side, we have got the players of Austria. We have got a Diablo, Genji, Whitemane, Leoric, Junkrat. And to the side of Czechia, looking to take us to a map number 3, we have got a Sonya, Thrall, Hanzo, Anduin, and ETC. You can see those level 1s if it does sway your predictions by any means, as we do see a pause immediately. We're going to go ahead and bring it on back to Bandit and I. It looks like we have a player with a bit of lag. So we're going to chill out here for just a moment. Played ETC yesterday already. It was honestly pretty decent. It was Spectacle as well. Oh yeah, yeah. That was the it was with the like crowd surfer and stuff. It got a lot of cool utility and everything. It's just I don't know, like ETC. I just always get so I get so disheartened seeing it. Because the cow goes like it's usually I see ETC and I'm just like, oh, it's barbecue time. Maybe Diablo will cook up the cow. We're gonna find out here. All right, readies are out from the player that had lag. We have Me Too as a ready. Okay, all right, let's get back into the game.
3, 2, 1.
Alrighty, let's check. We don't need to look at level 1s. Let's just look at APM. This is a very real stat that is totally calculated correctly in Heroes of the Storm and can't be triggered to potentially go all the way to 1,000 APM. I did see a Mal'Ganis one time in Heroes Lounge. I just happened to have that open for funsies, and they had 1,000 APM on Mal'Ganis. And it was just like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's a very good measured metric. Concussion Mine from the Junkrat splits the Anduin back. We've got a Steel Trap into the bush. Mouse getting low here. The Diablo getting extremely low. But he will not be scattered and will not go down. Speaking of scatters, Hanzo with Simple Geometry at level 1. 3 out of 20 stacks for him right now as we rotate down into the bottom lane. First objective phase, by the way, going to be Mortar. We have got our Sonya versus Leoric in the top lane, but the party is down in the bottom and the mid rotations as we continue to look and see if there's any sort of picks or plays early on. Doesn't seem like it with the scouting from Hanzo. As well seen, I think the Genji kind of floating around in that back line. ETC with power slide through. A little bit of poke. Genji dives in as well. Answering back. Thrall, by the way, did go Rolling Thunder. Good sustained damage. and sustained healing as well. Into the high health pool heroes that are going to be Leoric and Diablo. Alright, well, we're just waiting for any sort of engage to be happening. Until then, it's just gonna be camp rotations, double soak rotations, and looking for level 4. But the heroic gives so much armor. How could a cow get you got me on that one. ETC displaced from his team. Gonna just power slide right through the Diablo. No major threat. Thrall does chunk into the Genji a little bit in mid lane, but it's still just threatening health pools, not actually threatening an actual kill. Mercablo is an underrated skin. All right. First objective phase will be announced here. We got white main rotating up into mid. We will be okay, I was wondering if Junkrat is going to grab this camp down here. We'll be able to do so. Thrall, Hanzo breaking off to the right-hand side. We'll grab their own bruiser camp for the team. We'll see if they delay this out a little bit or if it's just going to be the insta-grab to get into wave. Genji back into mid to clear things out. The Impaler camp getting a little bit of siege onto that fort front gate. ETC scouting out, but does not go in. Diablo was checking the bush right there with a fire stomp. Alright, setup around the objective is going to be prioritized by the side of Czechia. Sonya immediately getting a spin. They've already got a solid quarter of their skeletal defenders. Nice sonic arrow over the far side. Good chastise right into Diablo. Genji jumps in. Leoric with some drain hope potential. Another deflect activated from the Genji as Diablo takes a scatter to the face. Hanzo picking up his 15th stack. Does have the explosive arrow from level 4. 12 to 15 in the skeletal defenders. No fallen shaman, by the way, to the members of Austria as another chastise meets Diablo in the face. Frob so very low, does go down. First blood to the side of Czechia. Alrighty. Ooh, a double kill. A quick double kill over to our red team, saying that map number 1, Garden of Terror, was a fluke, and this is where they're going to reel things back, and this will be the first best of 3 that actually makes it to a map number 3. That's what we're really hoping for here. That's the storyline of the day. Will we actually see a map number 3, or is it just another day of 2-0s? And then when we start second stage on the weekend, on Sunday, when we start second stage, will that just be 3-0s? We're gonna find out. I think it's 4 best of 5s this Sunday. Gonna be exciting stuff. They 39 the objective, gonna get control of these lanes. And Hanzo finishes this out. Genji jumping in. All right, Mortar Punisher. How much can they grab here from the side of Czechia? We're going to jump onto the vision of Austria. Not a bad play so far. Going to get most of the fort front gate. Punisher is going to get a little bit of damage onto the fort itself, and I do think that's as much as they get from this Punisher. And Diablo's going to get jumped on. I think there was a chastise onto the Leoric. Hanzo done with his scatter. Genji just floating around here. I think he was soaking out the top lane as Thrall finishes out of camp, or at least will start out of camp for the mid lane. Diablo, 51 souls. Actually, that's the only questing thing we have available, as the Hanzo, as I mentioned, already finished out Simple Geometry. Overpower. Chastise will connect onto the Diablo. ETC power slides in, but he is going to be displaced with a concussion mine from the Junkrat. No crowd surfer today for the ETC player, as this Diablo's getting a little bit low. He's tanking a ton of damage. Nice power slide from the ETC, not displaced by the concussion mine this time. Gonna try and hold this Diablo in with the help of Thrall's root, and that will be another Diablo kill. Well, the members of Czechia looking really strong here. Jason Sun able to spin to win to get the speed to back away from Leoric. Hanzo with a scatter to chase. And Leoric has a nice mace to the face. Has the Shimada overextended. Nice flash shield, desperate prayer from the Anduin. ETC with the power slide through, and Shimada takes down Shimada after the Shimada had almost took down the Shimada, you know? Quality, high tier casting. That's what you get from me. We do have the ETC dropping a mosh onto 2. He's tanking a tower shot, but it doesn't matter. They take down the white main immediately. cycle through the other numbers as I did forget to do so. We saw the Mosh. We got Light Bomb, Dragon's Arrow from Hanzo, Thrall holding 10, and Sonya with the Wrath of the Berserker. You can see that purple bar underneath her at the bottom of her health bar area is going to be slowly dwindling, but it goes back up every time she autos. You can also tell that it's active from the glow of her weapon. Mouse to grab a camp in the bottom lane, and Czechia with a massive momentum in map number 2 here. That's a fantastic Dragon's Arrow. Leoric will eat and a Light Bomb, but it's not going to get a stun as he was already Wraith walking. Hey, what's up, Cav? Good to see you, bud. A lot more closer matches in second stage. Oh, okay, cool. I'm excited. I'm excited to destroy my sleep schedule starting this weekend. We'll be doing our best to catch as much as we can of all those games. And then the weekend of the 13th and 14th, that is going to be a chaotic weekend of just heroes and streams. Because it's EU starts at 5 a.m. and then NA starts at 11 a.m. So yeah, it's gonna be a long weekend of Heroes of the Storm, but it'll be fun. It'll be a good time. I'm gonna order a bunch of food. I mean, I could meal prep, but who wants to do that? It doesn't really matter if the Shimada takes down a okay, all right. Some decent damage onto the Leoric here as Diablo finds a Shadow Charge. No connection into the wall. I gotta say, Czechia is looking like a completely different team in this map number 2. I'm gonna pull away the talents really quickly so we can see the fight a little bit better. And Sonya with the Wrath of Berserker active. We are gonna have some poke here and there onto the Leoric as Diablo comes in with a Shadow Charge. Lightning Breath's available. That was a Dragon's Arrow into a Light Bomb, dropping the Mosh as Diablo is utilizing his Lightning Breath. That will end, so he starts dancing. Power Slide from the ETC, and god dang, does this ETC look amazing here. Riptire sharking around to potentially chase onto an enemy, or excuse me, potentially get the kill onto ETC, but the health bar was already filled back up, so you use the Riptire, get a few of the skeletal defenders. No tower shots onto the Fallen Shaman in top lane, so this is looking pretty good, but Leoric's already going to make a rotation up here, so this will be cleared out. We will see a bit of damage onto the fort. Invade onto the camp on the left-hand side. Thrall to do the same on the right. Hanzo, 39's the objective and helps finish this out. Good luck to the teams, indeed. I'm just happy that for Heroes of the Storm games, that's all. I'm pumped. Junkrat trying to pull the Punisher, does manage to do so. Gets the Concussion Mine to back away. Still takes a little bit of damage, but not going to get dove on by the Sonya and ETC who did sidewall. 13 talent tier advantage. We also do have the Encore from ETC. I believe it's a 6-second cooldown per face melt hit. And it also counts from the little boombox left behind, so you can get 12 seconds off your cooldown. If you get, like, off of one hero, like you bop the Diablo once with your base face melt, and then you hit him with the little boombox, that's 12 seconds off your heroic. Big cooldowns, big cooldowns. Wasn't it something insane at one point? Wasn't it like 8 or 10% at some point? And it was just absolutely ridiculous how much cooldown you'd get. I swore it was super high at some time when they changed it up. No one saw that spear. Not a single person saw that spear. Absolutely just perfectly played into the lane. More camps to be grabbed. Sonya full spin build, by the way. Didn't really talk about it much, but going into the full sort of whirlwind build. Does ECC want to drop a Mosh? No, of course he doesn't. Just Junkrat floating around. I think it might have been upwards of 10%. It was Butt. It was Butt. Frozen Punisher, third Punisher of the game. We know this because the first was Mortar, second was Arcane, so it cycles into that third one as Genji. By the time I see on the minimap, by the time I see he's encircled, he is going to go down. Another quick kill over the side of Czechia. They are making this map number 3 seem very, very plausible. Invade onto the camp. I thought it might have been a gank onto Leoric in the top lane. Leo has to know they're here. There's no way that he wants to even step into this, though. especially with the enemy team just now pushing into 16 on top of all of that. When we look at the opposing side vision, just checking between the two teams how everything's looking. It's 14 to 16 in our levels, 0 to 9 in kills. Top lane 4 going to take a bit of damage here. Hound from the Fallen Shaman buying a bit of a window for the wave to approach. Jason's son. Oh god, the fort, it's on just a sliver of HP. 143 as Hanzo does take it down, I think, with a scatter right there. Good, wow, or it's not a scatter, excuse me, with the Sonic Arrow. Good scatter, though, into the Genji. Gets healed up immediately from Whitemane with her Giggle Beam. And Austria turtled up. They gotta safely soak up for level 16. Try and close that gap before the next objective does arrive. I didn't look and see when the last objective expired, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get an announcement for the third Punisher in just a moment or two here. Oh, Leo, do you manage to make it out of here? That's a huge scatter from Hanzo with the with the Giant Slayer. Dragon's Arrow will connect into Leoric, and hey, that's a fine cooldown to burn if you're going to solidify a kill. Well, there's the announcement of the Shrine. Still half a level to go for the members of Austria to at least contend this on 16 talent tiers. This is, I gotta be honest, this is wild. In all of the Nations Cup games we've casted so far, I've not seen such a dramatic shift in play potential from sides like this. Wow. All right. A little bit of experience left in the mid lane for that 16 talent tier. Should be gained off this camp. That will be taken down. All right. Already 10 skeletal defenders or so for the side of Czechia. 16s for both. Mithril Mace on that Leoric, by the way. Full Fire Stomp build on the Diablo. Leo looking to step in here, waiting for the Entomb setup. Maybe we get a little easy bake oven with the Lightning Breath of Diablo. All heroics are up and available. Chattering Teeth, gotta trap them all with the Junkrat. Displacement onto the Anduin. Big Entomb. Leoric is so very low. That is going to be Sonya with the Wrath Berserker just chunking through his health pool. They try and take down the Anduin, and they will be able to do so in the end. It's a 1-for-1 so far. Whitemane will go down. And so far, Czechia in the lead of this fight. That's a very low Genji. Able to swift strike away. Junkrat will fall. And Austria going to be losing quite a few members. They should lose 4 in total. Oh, actually, no. Diablo might be able to make it out. He might have enough displacement to back out of this one. Yeah, they can't chase any further. But the Frozen Punisher will go over to the side of Czechia. 2 seconds on Leoric, 22 on the Junkrat, 10 to go on Whitemane. Thrall catches more soak in mid. Zero heal. No, Whitemane's done about 36,000. she got more than 0. ETC is caught out here. He should go down. Whitemane will be able to get a little revenge kill right there as the keep front gate has fallen. 56 on the ETC as this Frozen Punisher will be focusing in on Diablo. He's tanking a lot of the damage and just living and just healing up with the Fire Stomps as well. So this is a really good defense from the side of Austria. Not going to count him out just yet, but 20 talent tier is here and in for Czechia. That is going to be a, I'm sorry, I looked at Twitch chat for 1 second and then I hear the scatter from Kuba go out. What? God dang that scatter. Thrall does take down the Diablo. Soul's expended. By the way, top lane does have a catapult focused onto the keep right now, and it's dealing 532 damage into that structure per hit. Will be cleared out, but hey, just little extra siege that was gained by the side of Czechia. What happened to my Tuesday HOTS group? What? I mean, it's Wednesday. Oh, no, I just took a break from Storm League. Storm League was just not fun anymore, and I just didn't want to play it for a little bit, so there was a bunch of casting that was available, and I was like, you know what? I'll take a break from Storm League. I'll do a bunch of casting, and then maybe I'll come back refreshed into Storm League. Doubtful, but, you know, that's all. It's really annoying to play like Storm League. You either get matched against people who are just way better than you because you 5-stacked, or you play solo and then you match with people who are like, I didn't get my Vala, I'm gonna go AFK in top lane on Valera. And it's like, okay, then why did you... Ooh, nice. Blink Mosh. Very nice Blink Mosh, going to be interrupted. That will be a Light Bomb from Anduin. Riptire from the Junkrat coming out as well. So far, Dragon Blade with the Genji is trying to find a kill, but they just cannot solidify something. That's a Power Slide and a kill onto the Diablo from ETC. Spin onto the Leoric as well. Oh my god! That was a huge arrow from Hanzo. That's why I was just like, the health pool of Whitemane just absolutely depleted right there. Jason's son inside the Entomb gets a little leap from the Anduin, and now it's Leoric who's the one who's a bit in trouble. Has to Wraith Walk away. A little bit of Drain Hope utilized as well. Hanzo trying to get that extra scatter off the well. Doesn't land it onto Genji. No kill into him. Are these games from the group stage that was already played? What does the stream title say, Kaladin? I'm on a mission from God to teach people how to read Twitch chat stream titles. What does the stream title say? Riddle me that one, Batman. Double keep for the side of Czechia, as 20 talent tier is not in yet for Austria. Still half a level to go. Next Punisher, Arcane in the mid lane. And we have 1 Bruiser camp and 2 Siege camps available. Seems like we're going to see a split from Czechia to go grab all of those. Thrall to bottom immediately. Anduin. Actually, it's Hanzo to go grab this one over here. Mithril Mace, by the way, for the Leoric is almost done. 95 out of 100. Actually rising rapidly. The Dragon becomes me at level 20. Whitemane with the Scarlet Crusade. Hellgate from the Diablo. Buried alive in Leoric. And we have extra oomph for the Junkrat. Fun fact, if Junkrat hits 3 enemy heroes with a single cast of Riptire, that is a reset onto the timer. So you can have the Riptire Gatling Gun. As long as you're hitting 3 enemy heroes, you get a reset. Sundering from the Thrall into the back right there. Junkrat trying to back away with a Concussion Bind, but it does not work out. Whitemane will be zoned with a Mosh Pit from ETC as Genji does go down. That is Diablo to fall as well. 79 souls available. Not enough for the buyback. That is a Whitemane to go down on top of all of the rest. Alone Leoric to defend. The waves are crashing in, but it's a solid team kill for the members of Czechia. God speaks to me? Yes. Just like how he speaks to the Blues Brothers. They're on a mission from God. Just like me. Ladies and gentlemen, it only took another group stage to be added, but we finally have done it. We are finally heading to a map number 3. You listen while you're driving, so it's hard to read. Well, please be safe and don't crash. This is the third place, this is the third place tiebreaker. Unfortunately, the members from Russia were not able to either play in second stage or the LAN, so they have bowed out, and this is to figure out who is going to take that spot. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into the Nations Cup. My name is Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we have Austria. On the right, it is going to be Czechia. We are in the ever-elusive map number 3 here in the tiebreaker. We've got Austria versus Czechia, we've got Czechia versus Finland, and Austria versus Finland. So we have 3 best 3s today. We are going into map number 3 in our first best 3 of the day. Oh, it's happening. So, we're going to Tomb. We all know what that means. I'm going to talk about Cho'Gall for the next 20 minutes or so. Sounds like you should have bought text-to-voice, yeah. The game crashed 4 times in the same spot on someone last night. Youch. What's up, Turbo? Another Kerrigan ban. Are we gonna see Joanna again? I mean, it's same sort of argument as Infernal Shrines. Like Joanna, just strong tank, good tank, good place. You've lost all your points. We have a stream. Welcome back. Congratulations. I'm proud of you. That's what a quality viewer does. They lose all their points. All right, Stukov to kick off things for the side of Austria, though. Gonna pick up a quality healer to start out this map. I'm curious, though, why such a hot priority on a Stukov for this team. We'll have to see what they're going to be looking into for their compositions. As a reminder, heroes that are played are no longer available as it is the Meta Madness drafting. Hey, that's a first pick Artanis. Where's Crush? Artanis Rhaegar. What if both teams are on the prowl to set up for a Cho'Gall? Like both teams are trying to draft for a Cho'Gall. That'd be kind of ironic and funny. Varian Tychus Stukov. Okay, so that's the reason we're looking at the early Stukov, is they're probably going to go charge into Taunt, into Lurking Arm, into Tychus Shred's health pool. So maybe get rid of something in the solo lane department at this point. Rexxar is not a bad ban by any means if you don't plan to play it. Rexxar on a map like Tomb is not a bad ban. They're gonna get rid of Yrel. Good control from her as well. Same argument. I mean, just there's a lot of solo laners that are very strong. Just which one do you not want to deal with at this point? Did someone say Artanis? Czechia to straight to the finals. You know, you can't find your sunglasses when they're on your head. I've had the rare moment. Where I'm wearing my glasses, wearing them on my face, and I'm looking for my glasses. Rare. It's very rare. It's happened like once or twice. I have the bad habit of just like, I'll put sunglasses on my head and they'll just sit there all day. It'll be like 6 o'clock at night, it's dark out, and there's just still sunglasses sitting on my head from when I went from a walk at 3 o'clock. So, Anubarak once again target banned out. We've got the Stukov, the Varian, the Tychus, Zul Medivh. Hey, there's a Medivh today. I was wrong yesterday. Yesterday I was like, oh, at least 2 Medivhs today. And now, today's the day we get Medivh, of course. Artanis, Rhaegar, Zul, Medivh. Are they gonna do was it Wildheart who did it during CCL on Volskaya Foundry? It was like something like this, and they had a Nazebo actually as their last damage. And they basically just portaled in, Zul, Bone Prison them, and then just Bone Prison, and then also Zombie Walled. And then they deleted that target. So this could be a final pick Nazebo actually right here. It's a possibility. Low blow, low, low, low blow, low, 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 low. Yeah, that's true, low blow. Orpheus Zeratul. Oh, there's... I've looked into the crystal ball. I know the future. No, it reminded me of a previous draft, so let's talk about that. So we get a pretty good draft from both sides. The Zeratul is a little scary, I'm not gonna lie. Orphea is always kind of one of those things like, ooh, I'm excited to see how this player utilizes her, because I feel like it's a lot like Hiltazad's. Like, it's either like super duper good or it's just kind of like mediocre. All right, let's get into the cast. Start up our prediction. Which team wins Tomb? Don't get it twisted. We're going into Tomb of the Spider Queen, map number 2, or map number 3. I'm so used to saying map number 2. Map number 3 in the Nations Cup 3rd place qualifier. So I'm gonna fix this really quickly. Let's just get this logo. We just got a stack of logos. As I said, I need to fix the logos after stream. I didn't realize that I was missing a logo today. Good call from the admins. On the left-hand side, we're going to be looking at the members of Austria. We've got a Varian, Orpheus, Stukov, Zeratul, and Tychus. To the side of Czechia, we've got a Nazebo, Rhaegar, Artanis, Medivh, and Zul. Someone hire this man. He knows weird hero drafts. First game 3 of the qualifiers.
Now this is pod racing.
It's very perfect. I was just watching that movie last night. Oh god. I just love it. It's just like, yes, I will bet a ton of money and many things that this small child can win a race. Artanis with the swap onto Varian. He gets pulled right back into it. Jason's son gonna get the protection from Medivh. No kill onto either side, or from either side just yet. As Nazeebo did go Things of the Deep at level 1. Gonna be having that extra range to be able to throw spiders and zombie walls out, increase the range of the basic abilities by 20%, but you also get 5% spell power at the 50 mark and 5% more at the 100 mark. So when this quest is complete, Nazeebo will have 10% more spell power. Quick rotations from Medivh with the portaling. Artanis down in the bottom lane. Did go into reactive parry at level 1. Mouse on the Medivh is going to take a bit of damage. 11 stacks on them. Just going to hover over that flush button really quickly. We got PvP in bottom lane. And the Artanis is doing fine, just pushing things up. If I'm not mistaken, isn't reactive parry indefinite? Yeah, it's not like the charges have a duration on them. It is just until you take that damage. That'll be strong up against the Zeratul. Orphea wants to throw in some autos here and there as well. Varian, of course. Trying to get later game autos with the Mortal Strike and such. I was about to say, I don't think we'll see Colossal Smash. Like, it'd be fun, but just the taunt synergy with the composition that's been built is really the direction they're going to be heading into for Austria. Good early game poke from both sides, neither one losing out members, but stacking here and there. Actually, most of the stacking, if not all of the stacking, is coming out from Czechia. With Nazeebo, about 30 stacks or so. Bone Prison onto the Varian. We also have 11 stacks for the Medivh, 19, or actually 18. And Varian goes down. First blood over to the side of Czechia, but that was Varian. He wasn't a real boy. He did not have taunt. That's another Bone Prison from the Zul. This might be the single target deletion that they're looking for. And that's 10 gems on the ground that the Stukov will pick up. It's a quick and early double kill for the side of Czechia as they are upsetting the expectations, I think. 21 stacks for Medivh. Got to keep our eyes on that one. The bigger they are for the Tychus as well at level 4. Going to be able to chunk into the Artanis health pool quite quickly, force him back, and maybe open up a window to step in. And Zul actually going for quote-unquote blue build. He's even got the Shackler at level 1. No backlash because they want the extra slows. Extra slows, and you also get a cooldown reduction as well on it, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, ooh, wait, hold on. Varian in the bottom lane. Bone Prison, but he's not going to go down. Okay. Close to getting another kill for Czechia. But in front of the fort front gate, there was just a little too much room for Varian to back away. Nazeebo managing mid lane. The rest of the team will come up and help out with that. Zeratul will catch the top lane soak for the allies as well. Little over the... Oh, wait, hold on. Good cleanse onto Zul from the Rhaegar. The grenade from Tychus to pull back Jason's son. Unfortunately, Austria not able to get a kill as Zul was body blocked from Medivh. Hey, big scary duck. Orphea, indeed. You're just in time for the Orphea game. The Artanis gets a swap onto this Stukov, and he will fall. That is also going to be 17 gems dropped by the Zeratul. A few of them are going to be picked up here and there. Chris, is not gonna be able to live. Oh my God! Oh dear Lord, Czechia. Where was this team in map 1? Were they still waking up? Or was the Illidan in map 1 just a little too much? Holy crap. That was beautifully played from Czechia. 0 to 6 in those kills. We have available Webweaver to the side of Czechia, and they will be able to get that last 9 gems turned in. Zeratul, you gotta be careful here. This is a reactive parry Artanis. Oh! I think I'm gonna just lie and say I saw that Zeratul health pool was 69. Speaking of that, we do have Nazeebo at 68 stacks. Orphea might be the target in this top lane for a dive, but she recognizes that the enemy's missing on map and throws out a dread from the safety of the fort front gate. Looks like a Ghillie Shark Tomb game. The gems go down the toilet. Zul will fall. First kill over to the side of Austria. All right, there you go. So for anyone that's rooting for Austria, I just have to read Twitch chat, and then Austria gets kills. That was it. I looked at Twitch chat. Austria gets a kill. So what's up, Varek? How you doing, bud? We also have Baja Ross coming up later this month. We have a Baja Ross bid. We've also got Mario Kart later this month. We've got a double movie night. Hey, Medivh's done with stacks. He can die. That's a blind from the Artanis. Suppression pulse going to deny some of that auto attack damage. Big ol' slap he goes from Nazebo. Almost gets the kill into Orphea. As Varian should fall here. No, enough healing from Stukov will be enough. I thought the spiders were going to be able to take him down. And that's not the case. First Web Weaver phase has expired. We've got 40 gems and rising to the side of Czechia. 50 in the pockets of Austria and 50 necessary for that turn-in. Minion wave will take down the fort. They don't need to sit here and smack that anymore. Artanis is chasing onto the Zeratul in bottom lane, and once again, Zeratul is able to back away, this time with 150 HP. Artanis not able to get that kill. Stop looking. Uh-oh. Did I look at Twitch chat and I killed Artanis? I did. I was joking around, but it actually... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to Czechia. Guess I'm not reading Twitch chat anymore. 2 to 6 in those kills though overall. It was a good rotation down into bottom lane. That's a cleanse from the Rhaegar denying any sort of dive kill onto this Nazebo. Charge, by the way, or Warbringer at level 10 for the Variant. It's a 4-second cooldown on that E for him. I doubt we see Juggernaut. It's usually going to be the Mortal Strike. Juggernaut is, like, I've seen Juggernaut one time, I think. It's fun to take in, like, ARAMs if there's a ton of high health pool heroes, or even maybe quick match. Ravenous Spirit from Nazebo slapping through the enemy. Stukov going to try and slap as well, but you can't slap a ghost back. Zeratul, oh, that is a lot of gems that are going to go down right there. That's, woo. It might be Shield Breaker. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, exactly. I didn't think about the Artanis. Did not think about the Artanis, but will you take... Ooh. I read Twitch chat again, and it's actually going to be the Varian that falls. But what else? My question is going to be: do you take one talent for a singular hero, or do you take Mortal Strike to be able to deny healing on maybe the single target hero that you're trying to any hero? So that's, do you take, which do you go for at that point? I guess if you always delete Artanis, then every fight becomes a 4v5 in your favor, so that is also a way to look at it. 103 stacks for the Nazebo. He's got that 10% spell power. 4 Things of the Deep. We will see a few gems dropped off here. 19 to 49, 39. Not enough for a turn-in, obviously. The waves are pushed out. Varian's back into the mix. Full 5v5, but 13 talent here does exist over to the side of Czechia. Mortals, yeah, exactly, Pizza, yeah. It's not a bad discussion. Oh, goodbye, Tychus. I don't think you live here. Varian goes in for a taunt onto Nazebo, gets protected by Medivh. Huge leyline seal to answer the VP of the Zeratul. As Nazebo decides to drop a Ravenous Spirit, he'll take down the Zeratul as Orphea gets that kill. Swap will connect on to the Orphea. She gets through the gate, but the damage over time, she needs the autos to get the heal from her trait. And the damage over time is not enough. 98 HP is where I saw her health go down the lowest, but Stukov will be caught out in this bottom rotation. Mortal Strike for the Varian at level 13, as we were kind of just chatting about that a little bit. Zeratul does have his Mending Strikes. But here is turn-in availability. Now, of course, while waiting for turn-in, let's go ahead and check in. No one has freed Harrison Jones. He's just chilling. He's just hanging out over there. By the way, if you don't know what to do, if you ever get into Tomb of Spider Queen, left-click that gem many, many, many times until you see a rope pop up on the right-hand side. You'll see a little rope that's going to be dropped down on the right-hand side. There's your little Easter egg of the map if you didn't know. There's also, if you ever load into a custom, there's a beetle that spawns right here. I've actually talked to a Heroes developer about it, and he's like, honestly, dude, I've never known about that. I was like, yeah, that thing's been there. Like, if you ever load into a custom game, you'll see a little beetle that's always right there. It does 0 damage to the towers. The tower kills it instantaneously. But there's been a couple times when I've loaded into this map and someone pauses, so I'm just looking around. But, yeah. Weird little things. Like, the dev I was talking to was like, oh, it must have been from, like, one of the last patches of HOTS. And I was like, no, it's been, like, this has been in there forever. Like, anyways. Cool little things in the game. Webweavers do descend. 16 talents here to the side of Czechia. They're looking to close out this map number 3 on Tomb of the Spider Queen with this Webweaver push, or at least they could potentially do so if they find a couple kills. Death timers are getting a little bit longer here. Ravenous Spirit and all of that good stuff are up and available. Actually, all heroics are up and available now that I take a peek at the top row. Thanks for the follow, Chaos. The Varian gets chunked inside the zombie wall from the spiders. We're going to pull away those talents so we can see everything a little bit better. Bottom lane already cleared up by the Zeratul. He's going to rotate into the ally team as the mid lane keep is going to be going down to the Artanis and the Zool. That's going to be a Ancestor healing going out into someone. I honestly did not see where that went at all. Crushing Jaws into the members of Czechia. Orphea dies to the Rhaegar. I believe that was down over on the bottom of our screen. Completely missed that was even happening. Jason's Sun getting a little bit low. Zeratul trying to dip dive and dodge in, looking for that burst ability and maybe a potential kill. Webweaver in top lane crashing in. Will expire before it, or actually, it will get like one auto onto the core right here. So very low on the Varian. The Blade Dash not enough to get the kill. And this is going to be the core falling here. This is also going to be our first map 3 in all of the group stages. Going over to Czechia. GG, well played. Hot Stevs. It was actually, it's the one Hot Stev that I would hang out with whenever I went to like a BlizzCon or TESPA event. There was one developer that I would just talk off his ear, and I always would apologize because I would talk off his ear about like heroes and stuff and blah blah blah. And like I'd always apologize. He's like, dude, honestly, I love it. He's like, I'm like happy that there's someone who like loves and appreciates this game as much as we do as the developers. So it was just cool. He's a cool guy. No longer works for Blizzard.